I was wondering if, with all these literary devices and the spotlighting, how do you read the Bible and discern truth? And is there any extra biblical material that you would draw on in order to find out what is truth? Because if there is spotlighting that's used, one would wonder, is there spotlighting directly on Jesus? Are there other people?
Yeah.
Where do you see the truth in that?
Well, I don't mean to borrow from Pilate and say, what is truth? I mean, we get an idea what truth is, of course, all right? It's a correspondence with reality. But if the question is, was there one or were there two angels at the tomb, and there's a compositional device that can easily explain that, is not only plausible, but in my opinion, based on what they're doing elsewhere in the same narrative, it's probable that they're doing literary spotlighting. Then as a historian, I can look at it and say, well, I think there were two angels. If I'd been there, I'd seen two angels, but he's using literary spotlighting. Now, there are some cases, like I just mentioned with the Galilee or Jerusalem, where was the first appearance? I don't know. Something has been changed there for a reason that is beyond me. I don't know the reason. I haven't been able to figure it out. I don't even have a plausible explanation for it. It baffles me, all right? But it doesn't change the essence or gist of the story. The differences are in peripheral details. And whether the first appearance was in Galilee or in Jerusalem, virtually every scholar who studies the subject, even Bart Ehrman, who calls himself a happy agnostic, will say that it's indisputable that at least some of Jesus' disciples had experiences that convinced them Jesus had been raised from the dead and had appeared to them. So whether that appearance, the first appearance to the disciples as a group, was in Jerusalem or Galilee, we can ask it, and I'd love to know the answer, but it doesn't change anything in terms of Jesus' disciples having these experiences that they really believe were the risen Jesus appearing to them, and we have to be able to account for what's the best explanation that would to account for what led them to these beliefs. What was the nature of those experiences? And when you look and say, well, hallucinations don't work, lies don't work, all these different things, and you start ruling these things out, and you say the only thing that really works is Jesus rose from the dead. So again, once you look and you look at the evidence, you say, gosh, the evidence really points to Jesus' resurrection. Some of these differences just don't bother me anymore. So I don't know you say, well, what's truth? Well, I'm looking for the deeper truth. If I'm looking at this photograph of a meadow and it's got this haze over it, well, was the haze there or not? Well, I can take a guess of whether it was there or not, but it doesn't matter because the truth that it is communicating to me, it's true. It's accurate, though maybe not always in a precise sense. And when I come to terms with that and understand this is what the Gospels and ancient biography and ancient literature was doing, that relieves me of a lot. I don't have to come at it with 21st century desire for precision. I'm just not going to get that. It's not what their purpose was in writing.